From the high-definition digital productions.
Tonight, aspiring models hit the runway.
Plus, American students help international students learn the English language. Stay tuned. TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
From the high-definition digital production center on the Troy campus, with news from Troy University locations around the world, this is Troy TrojanVision Nightly News.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision Nightly News for January 24th, 2013. I'm Amanda Ford.
And I'm Deatra Montgomery. Thanks for joining us this evening. Troy is known for its international student population, and one program is trying to help many of those students learn more about the English language. Connor McCrary has the story.
Troy University is known for its international involvement, but how do the international students learn about American cultures?
Conversation partners. At the very minimum, they'll just meet for 1 hour a week and just have conversation, probably ask questions about each other's culture, country, maybe international students would have more questions about how things work around here. But beyond that, a lot of people have made great friends. They go to each other's homes, go on outings together, just hopefully become good friends.
But what other options does it offer international students looking to learn?
It's giving our students, our international students, a chance to speak English outside of class, away from the pressure of having a teacher looking over them, and also just really helping Americans and international students to make friends.
Aside from learning English, international students have the chance to form bonds. One American student shares what he hopes to gain from the program.
Friendship, and understanding more about them. You know, my main objective is probably to let them know that everything here is fine, and that America is a good place and stuff like that, and people here are cool. But I would also like to learn from them and learn their culture and learn things that they like to do and things that they value.
Connor McCreary, Troy TrojanVision News.
The last meeting was today at 5 o'clock, but if you do not have a chance to attend today, you can still sign up with the English Second Language instructor Kyle Cooper in Pace Hall Room 101B.
Amongst the many opportunities here at Troy University, one organization offers aspiring models the chance to show off their fashion sense and creativity. Bobby Wagner has the story.
On Wednesday night, while many Troy students dressed to accommodate the cold weather, one organization had other plans. La Couture, the campus's fashion club, hosted their spring tryouts here in Crosby Theater.
We host a fashion show in the fall and in the spring, in which we usually have a large turnout. We have a lot of, not only do we do fashion shows, but we also do community service around the city of Troy that consists of tutoring and just helping out at the elementary school or at the Boys and Girls Club.
One student explains what La Couture means to her and how the experience has helped her with her creativity.
A lot of things dealing with from modeling, being creative, and just it helped me with community service. We've did a lot of activities and things like that.
And what were the judges looking for?
We're judging mainly on 4 categories. There's attire, poise, confidence, and walk. That's the 4 main points they're looking for in La Couture for their models to have. Once they're going to have their big show in April, and in April they hope to have as many as 30 or 40 girls come out where they can have this show going on. Like I said, I'm mainly looking at confidence. I want to make sure that these girls have the most confidence they could possibly have walking out there. They can strut it like they would in New York on a runway.
Robert Wagner, TrojanVision News.
La Couture will have its spring fashion show on April 18th in Claudia Crosby Theater. Well, Deatra, many organizations on Troy's campus offers various activities for the student body.
That's right, Amanda. And one group offers students different activities every week. Terry Yu gives us a look.
On Wednesday night, the University Activities Council held a little friendly game of Capture the Flag. And how did they decide on the game?
Well, we decided to do Capture the Flag actually in a meeting. We asked the other UAC committee members what they would like to do, what they'd be interested in, if they had any ideas, and they said capture the flag.
Why should the students participate in UAC activities?
Every student pays an activities fee already, so we think why not use that? You already pay for it, so come out to all the events. They're all free for students. This was a huge exercise, and it's just a fun time to come in the middle of the week and blow off some steam, play with your other peers.
What did students think about the outdoor activity?
Really for exercise. I had a feeling we were going to be running a little bit, so I just thought I'd come out here and do some activity instead of sitting down and being bored.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun tonight. I actually got to participate in this event, and I had a lot of fun. Even though we lost, our team lost, I actually had a lot of fun. I enjoyed my team, and I enjoyed the other team, and it was a great display of sportsmanship.
Terry Yu, Troy, TrojanVision News.
UAC's next event will be a movie night showing The Dark Knight Rises in Patterson Room 101.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. In Montgomery, police are investigating the death of a contractor who collapsed at the Hyundai Motor Manufacturing plant. The Montgomery Advertiser reports the unidentified 51-year-old man collapsed early Wednesday morning. Officials say the man is an aerotech contractor and was not involved in a work-related accident.
In Huntsville, forecasters say North Alabama could be in for another round of wintry weather. The National Weather Service says as much as 1/4 inch of freezing rain is possible across the Tennessee Valley and as far south as Sylacauga, eastern Alabama. The forecasters have issued a freezing rain advisory in effect from midnight Thursday until 9 a.m. Friday.
And also in Montgomery, the Alabama Board of Education is discussing ways to keep Alabama schools safe. A work session was held today in the capital city. Superintendent Tommy Bice asked superintendents across the state to submit the safety plans for their schools in light of last month's shooting at a Connecticut elementary school.
And still to come on TrojanVision Nightly News, there's a doubleheader in Trojan Arena tonight. Before you head out to the game, Danielle Percival will give you a preview next in sports.
But first, fighting on the front line isn't just a man's duty anymore. We'll have that story and more after the break.
It's official, women can fight in combat. I'm Edward Lawrence in Oceanside, California. That story coming up.
Yeah, but you had to drink last night? I can't believe that guy made it home. Nobody drives drunk anymore. Hold on, I got another call coming in.
While drunk driving rates have dropped greatly, negligent driving and speeding fatalities have skyrocketed. Someone dies every 13 minutes from negligent driving, so keep your hands on the wheel, your eyes on the road, and your phone put away.
I decided I wanted to go back to graduate school, and I was looking for a college that would be able to accommodate shift work and family life, and the Troy schedule fit in very well with my lifestyle.
On campus or online, Troy offers you in-demand degrees sought after by the law enforcement community. Troy University. It's all you need to know.
My name is Stephanie Birch. I'm a Deputy Chief of Police, and having that degree from Troy is what allowed me to be who I am today.
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning TrojanVision Nightly News.
For a look at what's happening across the nation and around the world, we'll go to Amanda Ford at the Global News Desk. Amanda?
Thanks, Deatra. The Pentagon has lifted its ban on women in combat, a move that many female service members are applauding. Edward Lawrence has the story from Camp Pendleton in Southern California.
Defense Secretary Leon Panetta announced a historic change for the U.S. military, clearing the way for women in combat.
And if they're willing to put their lives on the line, then we ought to recognize that they deserve a chance to serve in any capacity they want.
The Joint Chiefs of Staff recommended the new policy, which will open up more than 200,000 frontline jobs to women, mostly in the Army and Marines. Lifting the ban means more advancement and higher pay for female officers.
The burden used to be that we would say, why should a woman serve in a particular specialty? Now it's, why shouldn't a woman serve in a particular specialty?
The change will not come overnight. The new policy will be phased in over the next 3 years. Panetta's announcement comes 8 weeks after 2 women here at Camp Pendleton and 2 other service women sued the Pentagon for the right to fight in combat. Female service members say they do the same jobs anyway. Afghan war veteran Rebecca Havrilla was among the former servicewomen who celebrated the change in policy at an event in New York today.
I joined the military wanting to
be in combat. I really, thought that I could do just as much as any guy could do.
Haverlow was one of the few women in the Army's Explosive Ordnance Disposal Unit. She says lifting the ban is life-changing for women, but she has no plans to re-enlist.
The thought crossed my mind last night for all of 10 seconds.
Women will have to meet the fitness requirements, which could keep them out of some units, but many servicewomen say just the chance is progress. Edward Lawrence for CBS News, Camp Pendleton.
A week after President Obama announced new gun control proposals, Congress gets ready to debate new legislation. Today, Democrats are introducing a bill that would ban assault weapons in high-capacity magazines. Gun rights advocates say they are ready to stop the legislation. Tara Mergener reports from Washington.
Cities across the nation are seeing rallies like these,
and we're here to demand action.
Freedom! As state legislatures consider new gun laws. And today the debate is once again front and center in the nation's capital. Senator Dianne Feinstein is introducing legislation that would ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines.
To help end the mass shootings that have devastated countless families and terrorized communities.
The two senators from Connecticut, where the Newtown school shooting thrust gun violence back into the spotlight, are supporting the measure.
This measure would have helped prevent the Newtown tragedy.
A previous assault weapons ban passed under the Clinton administration expired in 2004. Many here on Capitol Hill say right now a new ban does not have enough support to get through Congress. And across the country, a handful of sheriffs say they will not enforce an assault weapons ban if they believe it's unconstitutional.
Don't pass any laws where you are going to confiscate firearms and turn my law-abiding citizens into criminals.
The White House is launching a campaign-style push to promote the president's sweeping plan to reduce gun violence. Today, Vice President Joe Biden is taking part in an interactive web chat. Tomorrow, he heads to Richmond, Virginia to promote gun control. Tara Mergener for CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And that wraps things up from the Global News Desk. To see more stories from across the country and around the world, you can tune into TrojanVision Global News right after the nightly news. Now back to you, Deatra.
Thanks, Amanda. And now Danielle Percival joins us with sports. So Danielle, it looks like it's going to be a busy night in the arena tonight.
That's right, Deatra. There's a doubleheader. We've got details on both games coming up, so let's get right into it.
Right.
The last time the men's basketball team hit the home court, they won back-to-back games. Those games were against UALR and ULM, the top and bottom teams in the Sun Belt West Division. Troy's coming off a two-game skid in South Florida, but does have a winning record at home this year. Troy is just 2-6 in the conference, those two wins being in those last two home games, while the Red Wolves are 5-4. Coach Don Maestri has been saying since the beginning of the season that man-to-man defense is something his team has been working on, but the Red Wolves will be looking to show Troy how it's done.
Arkansas State is a tough defensive man-to-man team. I mean, they are aggressive and they'll get up in us, and it'll be a physical battle. They're the only team in our league to beat Middle Tennessee, and the reason was how they guarded Middle Tennessee. So that's our big challenge, is handling their defense.
The men's team will be taking the court after the women's game. Tip-off is scheduled for 7:30. And for the women, they're looking to snap a 7-game losing streak. If there is a bright spot, it's that the team played one of their best games in their last outing against FIU. The last time the team won at home was against Alabama State over a month ago. They too will be taking on Arkansas State and looking to get that first conference victory. Head coach Shanda Rigby says that's the target.
Arkansas State's, they're in our, crossbows. We're wanting to beat them at home this Thursday. It's a great matchup. In fact, their point guard played for me at Pensacola State before, Ashley Olvera. She's a good point guard. We feel like we know how to guard her, hopefully. They also have a very good post player, Morel. She's a preseason all-conference player. We're going to have to work really hard to deny her the ball.
Tip-off is right about now, scheduled for 5:15, and again, this is a doubleheader, so the men's team will begin their game 30 minutes after the completion of the first game. Two Trojans received an invitation to compete in a pentathlon in Birmingham, sponsored by Samford University, and they proved why they were chosen with two top 10 finishes. Veronica Bryant finished in 3rd place, while Christina Barrett finished 6th. Bryant finished tied for first in the high jump and finished third in the shot put. Barrett dominated in the shot put with a top performance with a throw of 11.38 meters. Her closest competitor threw an 11 flat. Barrett also placed fourth in the high jumps. And the women's indoor team is traveling to Jonesboro, Arkansas today to take part in the Arkansas State Invitational, which will be held tomorrow. And since it is spring semester, spring sports will be getting underway soon. For a look ahead at the softball team and what they bring to the table this season, here's Courtney Addison.
The Troy softball team now has 2 full weeks of practice under its belt in preparation of the 2013 season. The Trojans finished last season with an overall record of 31-24. However, Troy will need to bounce back from a record of 10-14 in the Sun Belt Conference. But despite losing 6 starters from last year's roster, head coach Melanie Davis says she has full confidence in this year's lineup.
So, we're going to be very young out there, but we think we have some good young talent. They're working really hard to step up. They're really excited to find out about what Division I softball is in the Southeast and, in the Sun Belt Conference.
9 players will wear a Troy jersey for the first time this season, and 8 of those are true freshmen. The coaching staff has high expectation for the rookies.
I could call out any other number of those young players that I think you're going to see them doing some big things for us infield, outfield, on the base paths, and in the batter's box.
Position starters may be very young for the Trojans, but all of last year's pitching staff will be returning, and 2 new players will be welcomed into the bullpen. 1 true freshman out of Alabaster and 1 transfer from Gulf Coast Community College. Coach Davis also added that she will rely heavily on the maturity of her pitching staff. Troy will have 4 seniors on this season's roster. Those players, along with a few others, will be looked towards for leadership on the field.
Caitlin Ortiz will be at first base. Bailey Blake will be at shortstop. Hannah Wren will be behind the plate part of the time and DPing part of the time. Her partner in crime, so to speak, will be sharing the time behind the plate with Casey McAllister, who's a junior returning, as well as Taylor Smart, who's a returning junior. And I think, among those 4 to 5 players there'll be enough good leadership and good experience that will help lead this young squad.
Motivation and staying focused during practice is something Coach Davis feels is key this time of year. But she says her team is excited and ready to get the season started.
We're ready to go play. We're about tired of beating up on one another and facing our own pitchers. We're ready to go out and try to attack some opposing pitchers and opposing hitters. So I think the biggest thing is to just try to stay focused for the next couple weeks, because we have a lot of things we need to prepare in order to be ready when we go and open up at Mississippi State.
Courtney Addison, Troy, TrojanVision Sports.
And while the season doesn't begin for a few more weeks, fans will get the chance to meet the players and coaches at Fan Day on February 3rd. Riddle Pace Field will be open for fans to come get autographs and photos with the baseball and softball teams. So Deatra, Amanda, we talked about it. There's a doubleheader in Trojan Arena, and it's also Greek night at the women's game. So hopefully there'll be lots of support out there for both games. Hopefully we can get some victories out there on the court and make it worth your while to be there.
Exactly. Good to have that a large amount of support there for the women's team and men's team, and hopefully they can bring home a win this time.
That's right. Home court advantage.
Exactly. Thanks so much, Danielle.
Thanks.
Thank you, Danielle. Still to come on Troy TrojanVision Nightly News, we'll learn more about a nationally known language program.
But first, the weather is feeling a bit warmer than usual. Will that continue, Jamarlo?
Well, Deatra, it seems as if those mid-60 to 70-degree temperatures are going to stick around in our area, at least until the weekend. But I have that and more coming up next in weather.
I was afraid of that.
Well, guess it's time to get you fixed.
Your pets will start fooling around sooner than you think.
Go on, get out of here!
Accidental litters lead to millions killed in shelters each year. Help prevent more. Fix at month 4.
I've been taking classes at Troy Online for years. The staff and the professors, they care about developing me, not just academically, but in my future career. I feel that Troy is preparing me for my next mission.
On campus or online, Troy offers you an extraordinary education that can take you anywhere you want to go. Troy University. It's all you need to know.
I'm John Phillips. I'm an active duty soldier attending school full-time, and I choose Troy.
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning Troy TrojanVision Nightly News.
Joins us with weather.
So, Jamarlo, temperatures have been warming up the past few days. Are we looking to see those same temperatures stick around onto the weekend?
Well, Amanda, they are supposed to stick around at least until the weekend and going into Monday, but I'll get into more of that right now. But first, let's take a look at our campus snapshot. Taking a look across Bibb Grace Quad, we can see that it's been a very pleasant day on the campus of Troy University. Going into our current conditions for today, we can see that our skies right now are mostly cloudy. Temperature coming in at 64 degrees. Dew point 49. Humidity at 58%. Barometer reading 30.25 inches and going steady with our winds coming from the northwest at about 6 miles per hour. Taking a look at today's stats. Today we were able to see a high of 68 degrees, a low of 41. Unfortunately, there was no rain in our area today. Sun rose this morning at 6:41 a.m. and has set at 5:11 p.m. Taking a look at our temperatures from around the state, we can see that we're experiencing these mid-60-degree temperatures, but as we move northward into the Birmingham and Huntsville area, those temperatures begins to drop. Birmingham sitting at 49 degrees, Huntsville at 41, Montgomery 64 with partly cloudy skies, Troy at 64 with mostly cloudy skies, Phoenix City at 63, Dothan 67, and Mobile sitting down here at 68 degrees. Taking a look at our current temperatures in our area, we can see that again we're still experiencing those mid 60 degree temperatures. But again, as we move northward up into the Nashville area, Little Rock area, those temperatures will begin to drop. But let's take a look towards the west. We can see that the Texas area are experiencing some very warm temperatures in those areas. Corpus Christi at 81 degrees, Brownsville at 79, and Houston at 78 degrees. They're experiencing very warm temperatures right now in those areas. Taking a look at our current temperatures across the United States, we can see again those northern states are feeling some very cool temperatures. As we can see, temperatures all the way down to the low threes. Taking a look at our departure from normal, we can see that in our area, we're experiencing about maybe a 5 to 6 degree increase than what we've been seeing in the past few weeks. But as we take a look at our current service map, we can see that we have a few high pressure systems across the United States right now. We have also a low pressure system as well as a cold front swooping just right across the Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia area. Taking a closer look into our area at our current service map, we can see again this cold front right here is pushing into the middle portion of of Alabama, where those northern cities may be experiencing some very cool temperatures, maybe by midnight or maybe even going into tomorrow. Taking a look at our precipitation forecast for the next 48 hours, we can see that our area, we may be clear of rain for the next 48 hours, but again, as we look towards the north into the Birmingham areas as well as the northern portions of the Georgia areas and going into Tennessee as well, they will be experiencing maybe under an inch of rain, maybe even a quarter of an inch of rain in those areas. Going into Friday's forecast, Friday our area will be clear of rain. Again, we can see that those northern cities will be experiencing rain in those areas as well as some portions of the west of the United States. Going into Saturday's forecast, our area will remain clear, so there will not be any rain in our area for the weekend, for Saturday at least. Going into Sunday, again, no rain. So going into Monday, again, no rain in our area, but as we see here, this patch of rain may be moving into our area by next Tuesday. So definitely we need to be on the lookout for that. Taking a look at tonight's forecast. Tonight we'll be seeing partly to mostly cloudy skies, light winds coming from the east at about 5 to 10 miles per hour with a low of 43 degrees. Going into tomorrow's forecast. Tomorrow we'll be seeing mostly cloudy skies, afternoon clouds with light winds coming from the east at about 5 to 15 miles per hour with a high of 66 degrees. Going into our 4-day forecast. Looking at Friday we'll be seeing partly cloudy skies, but look at that, we may see a 20% chance of rain with a high of 69 degrees and a low of 48 degrees. Going to Saturday, again, 20% chance of rain, partly cloudy skies, high of 66 and a low of 42 degrees. Going into Sunday and Monday, those temperatures begin to stay constant, 66 degrees on Sunday and 71 degrees. So Amanda, Deatra, those warmer temperatures are definitely going to stick around at least up until next week.
All right, thank you, Jamarlo.
Thanks, Jamarlo.